Hello and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, and today I'm going to be taking a look at this. This is Palma de Mallorca Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course, available on the Just Flight website. This is £14.99. It's about a 500 megabyte download, and what it does is bring the following to this particular airport: 300 custom built buildings and 3D objects, PBR texturing on all important buildings, highly detailed buildings with interiors where applicable. I'm certainly going to be looking in depth at that. Custom ground textures for apron markings, taxiways, surrounding streets. That's an interesting one that I'm going to have a look at. Significant buildings and objects near the airport and on approach paths, corrected ILS for all runways, animated hangar doors, animated elevators and escalators at the main entrance, jetway bridges, a working VDGS, which I believe is a first in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that's the Visual Guidance Docking System. Realistic night lighting, accurate parking positions for both jet aircraft or commercial jetliners and general aviation aircraft, accurate ground handling vehicles, and the airport is populated with hundreds of additional static ramp vehicles, baggage containers, buses and other objects. Plus, it has been optimized for lower end PCs, so you should not see a massive frame impact or any frame impact, although I think you will see a couple of frames. To be quite honest, you will probably see a couple of frames, but anyway, it has been optimized for lower end PCs. Before I do the intro, very quickly, the system requirements. You require Microsoft Flight Simulator, that is FS 2020. Please do not try and use this for Microsoft Flight Simulator 10 or 2004 or anything like that. You will require an Intel i5-8400 or an AMD Ryzen 5 1500X as your minimum processor. Most people should have at least that. 16 gigabytes of RAM, so try not to run this on a laptop with 8 gig, it's going to struggle. And an NVIDIA GTX 970 or AMD Radeon RX 590 graphics card, which I believe most people should also have that. And of course, Microsoft Windows 10 is the operating system you require for this. So, since it does say Microsoft Windows 10, I believe you would not be able to get this on the Xbox version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. What I'm going to do over this video is, after the intro, you're going to see the old airport, which I've already recorded before this intro. You're going to see the old airport where we're going to take a look around, and then we will come back to this and we will take a look at this in depth, comparing it to the old airport and seeing just what has changed across the board in this. And I can tell you now, from having already recorded the next section you're going to see, there are some significant, serious changes. So make sure you stay tuned to get my thoughts on this particular product and see if it's worth a purchase for you. And if you do want to purchase it, the link will be in the description box below. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. What you're going to see next is the default Microsoft Flight Simulator airport for Palma de Mallorca. But before that, the intro. Okay, so this is Palma de Mallorca Airport in Microsoft Flight Simulator in its default format. Now, there are a couple of differences actually that I do have to mention. First off is the black backings right here on the signage. That is from Real Taxiways, and I believe also these darker markings here are from Real Taxiways. So these ground markings with the borders and everything just looks a little bit clearer. That is also from Real Taxiways, I believe. That's Real Taxiways USA, but when you do the optional texture pack, it changes the textures across the entire world, so do bear that in mind. But aside from that, this is default Palma de Mallorca. So we're going to just have a quick look around just for a few minutes. We'll check it at day and night. And the reason I'm going to do that is because, if I didn't mention it in the intro, one of the things that is changed is all the ILS lighting and everything like that is far better in the new version, or the Payware version. So let's just have a look around. For example, over here we've got air Okay, so I guess this is where they fill up tires. Is that a fuel pump? No, that's just air. That's just all air. So we've got the terminal buildings over here. Not too bad. It's all default, so it isn't great, but it isn't bad. It's just there. I'm fairly certain that this building is completely the wrong size and shape. I think this is supposed to be a car park. In this, it looks like some sort of massive warehouse. Whatever this is, I'm fairly sure that this is incorrect. Then we've got all of these buildings out here. We've got some buildings out here, more car parks, some general aviation stands over on this side. A few more buildings, some houses, some roads that kind of look strange, but that's okay. Also, why they're both travelling on the same side of the road, maybe that is how it is. It's the way in and out. Some more buildings on this side, and again, lots of car parks. Plenty of cars. Maybe we should have a closer look at these cars, see if we can recognise a few models. Now that there is the very, very uncommon. This is the very uncommon six-wheeled Fiat Multipla Peugeot Transit Van. That's what I'm going to call that one. So yeah, okay, we do have some vehicles here. Of course, the grass and everything, that's something Flight Simulator does well. Grass textures, well, actual grass, the objects, that's fine. Some gas tanks, or what looks... fuel tanks, actually. Those are fuel tanks over there. We have the runways, buildings around the area. So we've got... again, I'm just taking it... oh dear, what did I press there? I have no idea what I just pressed. Everything still seems to be okay. Great. Buildings around the area look to be fine. Nothing again too specific. I'm just taking a look to see. I want to try and get a good idea as to what does and does not change as we go from this to the Payware. So we've seen that area. We've seen most of the terminal. So this, I'm fairly certain that is going to change. All of these buildings should change because there are over 300 buildings, custom buildings in this version. And yeah, 300 custom built buildings and 3D objects. There are PBR textures on all the important buildings, so we'll see what that brings up. Some of the buildings have interiors, so that is going to be rather interesting. And then of course we've got the custom ground textures, which I would like to see. So I am paying attention once again at the ground textures as well. I want to see the differences that come up there. There are significant buildings and objects near the airports. This is why I'm looking around at all of these buildings, for example. So we've got a bunch of additional buildings here. I'm assuming that these should all be replaced too. That building at the end will probably be replaced. I'm wondering if the buildings just around here will be replaced. Perhaps, perhaps not, but we shall see. And of course the main part is the airport itself. So the control tower, the buildings around here. These buildings look kind of strange in this area. I mean, they look like hangars, but I'm not entirely sure they are supposed to be quite like that. We will find out. We certainly will find out. So that is a good look at this, or a quick look, should I say, at this particular airport in its default Microsoft Flight Simulator state. I've only spent a few minutes doing that. So also just have a very quick look on this side, because I have a feeling that some of these buildings may potentially also be redone in this area here. So we shall have a look at that. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump over into the Payware, and we shall see exactly what's changed. In fact, before I do that, I did say I was going to check this at night. So let's go ahead and change the time of day to something that we can still see. There we go. And just have a look at what we have. So we have the airport's lighting, blue lights on the taxiways. We have Wait, is there no ILS lighting on this? I can see a localizer. Ah, maybe that is what they're referring to with problems. Also, first time I've ever noticed this. That is how Microsoft Flight Simulator does its lighting. I'll be honest, I think FSX was better than that. It actually had light poles. They did an update with light poles everywhere that there's supposed to be lighting. Yes, I think we have... I think that's what they meant by the missing ILS, or a correct ILS, because I don't think we have ILS here for some reason. Well, let's take a quick look at this runway. Perhaps this runway has it. It certainly looks like that we have localizer. In fact, yes, there should be lights here. Ah, here we go. This one has it. So the other one does not, but this one does. There we go. Okay. I'm not entirely sure that they're correct, but okay. In fact, I'm fairly sure they are not entirely correct. That's fine. So what I'm going to do now, as I said, is we're going to move over to the Payware. I'll talk a little bit more about the Payware once we're in there, and we're going to have a look around the airport and see what's changed, how much better it is, and just how significant that change might be for the immersion factor when you're playing a title like this, when you're playing in a simulator and you want to try and get the most realistic experience possible. Right, now that we've had a look at the default airport, here is the Payware airport, and you can immediately see a massive difference. I mean, just from here you can see a massive difference. We saw that, and I did mention before that it's okay. You know, it's not too bad, but this is what it should actually look like, and it really, really is fantastically made. Look at this. It gives you, they've put in the textures with the coordinates of each stand for the pilots to put in. Look at that. Stand 98. North 39 degrees, 32 minutes, 7 seconds. East 2 degrees, 43 minutes, 9 seconds. That is really... I like that level of detail. I also like this reflective glass, and it looks like... Is this... No, that interior is not quite an interior. I feel like I saw an interior somewhere. Is this in here? Yes, look at this. That's an interior. Now that is honestly really, really cool to see. So you cannot go through here, but I suppose when you... Yeah, so they're trying to... So obviously they do not want to have everything done. You cannot do every single bit, but you do not need the bit in the middle, because that is the bits you see. So that's pretty impressive, and every single one I suppose has this. Yes, it does. Nicely done. I like the detail that's been put into this. Look at this detail. That is really, really well done. Nice bright symbols here. Fencing, colours are correct. The aprons are correct. The taxiway markings are superb. There are so many taxiway markings. Look at these. So many taxiway markings, so many signs. Runway's completely different as well. And we can just see from here where I did point out initially, I think it was here where I pointed out the boards, the difference on the boards. But look at this. This is all correct as to what it is supposed to be. We even have these lights, and you can see that they are emissive, and they are actually casting light onto the ground. So at night, that should be nice and brightly lit up. So far, this looks really nice. This is just green paint around the windsock. Very well done. I really like the reflective glass here as well. It's just that extra detail as you're coming around. Look. It's properly reflective. That's pretty cool. Let's continue looking around. Obviously, the tower is completely different. I wonder if the tower has... Oh, that's a shame. Oh, wait. It does have an interior. It's just that you cannot see out of it. It has some sort of an interior. They've done something here. What I would really, really like to see, if just like make additional updates to this, what I would 100% like to see is a viewing platform up in this tower where you can just sit in the tower and watch planes landing and taking off with the AI. I think that would look amazing. Let's have a look at this. Oh, wow. I was going to say, let's just have a quick look at this, but... Okay. That is astoundingly good. Do you know what? I think I need to get screenshots of this, because that is fantastically good. So if I go ahead and do that, slight tilt. Hey, look at that. I'm being a photographer. I can see aeroplanes outside. Okay, that didn't work. What's it supposed to be? Is it controlling F1? No. I thought my print screen was Shift and Alt and F1? Alt and F1, there it is. Okay, fine. I messed up. I messed that up. Apparently Shift and F1 messes around with this mode. So let's sort this out just a smidge. Let's try that again. Alt and F1. Okay, let's continue along. I think that this is really quite cool. The fact that they've put this effort in to do an interior, and it isn't just, you know, it's not just a little bit of an interior. They've done quite a significant amount. So does that mean that downstairs is done as well in this? So if how do I make my way downstairs? These are ramps, so perhaps straight down. They did say there's a working elevator somewhere. Oh wow. So downstairs apparently is a car park of some sort. Certainly looks like a car park. Where's the main entrance? I need to find the main entrance. There should be a big sign that says Palma de Mallorca somewhere. I think it's on this side. There it is. I am impressed. Jet 2 holidays. Jet holidays. Alright. There you go. So how do I get in? Maybe it's on the lower level. Yeah, we have something here. I don't think this is the way in though. No. Hello? Oh, could this be the way in? This is really... I mean, I am... hang on. That's an elevator. That is a lift. Oh, and the lift going down. And it actually works. It's just those extra bits. And we have travelators here. Is that really how slow travelators are? Wow. So we have working lifts. The foliage looks good. Lots of Toyota Priuses. So let's just walk away from that. Lots of Mercedes Sprinter vans. Let's just walk away from that too. TUI. Wow. Okay. Used to be Thompson at one point. Cool. So we have TUI buses here. The roads are done properly. We've got flags that are waving. I told you that that building was the wrong size when in the previous part of the standard airport. I said that that building's the wrong size. I think it's a car park. It is a car park. I was correct. It is a car park and it was the wrong size. Have they actually done the different floors in the car park here? Not quite. Not quite. But still, you're not going to go into the car park. Plenty of cars here. Let's see if we can recognize some of these cars. So that looks like a Volkswagen. That looks like a Passat Estate. This one here is a Seat Ibiza. This here is a BMW 1 Series. That there looks like a Citroen C4. That's a Renault Megane. Another 1 Series, Suzuki Swift. Audi Q5. That's a Audi Q5 or Q3 actually. Audi Q3. That's an Audi. Is that an A5? A6? A5 I think. S5 potentially. Now A5 diesel. Yeah, I know. I'm just going around looking at different cars. They've done a good job here. There's a Peugeot van. Oh, speaking of Peugeot vans, we were talking about Peugeot vans earlier. So it does give it a sort of. It does give it a look of everything is used. One thing I would say is I think the colours are a bit off for that. We've got all these different areas, all these different buildings that's custom made. There's the fire station. There's one of the hangars. They did say that these hangars have animated doors, I believe. But how do we get the doors to open and close? I have no idea. This is impressive. This is really impressive. More cars. Any new cars here? Actually, yes. What are you? I do not recognise this car. I actually do not know what that car was. It's not a car I recognise. Certainly not one from Britain. It looks a bit like a Chevrolet of some sorts, but I'm not sure. Not sure at all. Roads into the airport. I did say that some of the roads were a bit wonky. It looks like, yep, this entire area has been fixed up. So that is nice. Before these roads sort of continued, you can see these roads here. They're the roads that continued all the way in, so that they have done a bit more. Is that car going to disappear? No. I need to see this car. Where's it going? Is it going to... Oh no! Oh no! I don't want to be here. Oh, bother. Did it also just set my speed? Yeah, it did. That's annoying. Do we need to look for another car? I wanted to see if the car would continue to drive up here. Oh, well, we've got cars exiting. Here we've got some cars entering here. Let's see where these cars go. Oh dear. Okay, some of the pathing is not quite... I guess it's just following the same... Yeah, it's just following... Unfortunately, it's just following the same pathing. That's fine. Right, shall we have a look around other places around this airport? And then we'll have a look at it in the dark as well and see what the ILS lighting's like. This is nice. It's just this extra detail. Look at the fuel storage. At least what I thought was fuel storage. I'm still fairly sure this is fuel storage. And as you come in, if you're coming into land here, that is pretty nice to come in and land in that and be able to, for example, as you're landing, read this information as you're coming to land. You look over and you'll see that. Or if you're doing passenger replays or something, this is really nicely done. How do I open this? Oh no, this one doesn't open, I guess. Air Europa, this is maintenance. Very nice. A little bit of pop in here with the level of detail modelling. Perhaps something for them to look at. Let's see, are these buildings, any of these buildings redone? I do not think so. They do not particularly look redone. Everything in here looks redone. Everything basically inside the border has been done. So does that mean these buildings on this side might have been... There's the localizer. Remember I said there was a missing localizer. There it is. There we go. I think they said that there is going to be an update with the ILS. I feel like there's supposed to be an ILS antenna. I think they said that they need to put an ILS antenna up, but there will be an update for that soon. And then on this side, now these buildings look the same. Okay, that's fine. Let's have a look at the buildings in the middle. See, there's a bunch of buildings. Yes, these are different. These buildings certainly are different. But are all of them different is the big question. Not all of them. These do look different. This one does not. These ones all do. All of these look different. It's well done. It's really well done. And then over on this side we have a very pink aeroplane. Textures missing potentially? Might just be textures missing on this one. Oh, yep, there are textures missing on this particular aeroplane. So there's something for Just Flight, and they will update it. Do not worry about that. So what am I going to do next? Well, let's have a look at nighttime. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Everything's lit up very nicely. Now we have taxiway centerline lighting too. I'm fairly sure we didn't have that before. Everything, of course, is lit up well here. I'll try and get a better angle for another potential photo. Let's do this and this, and then I do apologize for this, but it's a very nicely, it's just very nicely done. And I have to get a good thumbnail for this because, well, if you want to show off a product properly, you do need to get the thumbnails. Let's try and sort that out. Alrighty, let's try and get this one. So Alt and F1. Unfortunately, for some reason that top part doesn't seem to disappear as it used to. Another bug in this. Let's go ahead and get rid of that for now. I really like this bridge over here is really nice. These palm trees are very nice. I think they all look the same. I think the only one thing I would say is that because they all look the same, that sort of ruins the immersion ever so slightly. But this is a massive step up. What I'm going to do now is, I said that there's that visual docking guidance system. I want to see if I can activate it anywhere. I've got to find... I do not know. There it is. It's on that. So let me see if it's on every single ramp. No, it's on that one. See, that is what I'm looking for. That. If I could find that on an empty ramp. Nope. Oh, don't tell me that only on ramps with occupied. And maybe if you come close to... Oh no, here's one. 62. Alright. So I'm going to try this. I have no idea how this works. I'm going to try this. So we're going to head for ramp 62. And with these taxiway signs, this is going to be, should be, theoretically really easy. Oh, by the way, I did say I'd show you this, didn't I? There you go. It's there, it works, and it's really... That still looks amazingly good. That really does. Right. So... what am I going to do? I'm going to turn off here onto... I know I shouldn't be turning off here, but it's fine. I'll turn off Sierra 3, though I should not. Sierra 3, and then go straight across onto Mike, Tango 1, and then 62. That's easy enough to do. Okay. And this, by the way, is why I picked this particular aircraft. Do you know what? Give me taxi lights. Strobe lights are off. Are these even doing anything? They do not seem to be doing anything. I need some interior lighting here. Where's my dome lights? Dome lights, dome lights. Never mind. Flood lighting. Heaters, no. This could work though. There we go. That will do. That will do very nicely for me. Okay. Let's go. So let's roll this forward, and we're just going to see what we have. So I think if you fly into Mallorca a lot, obviously it's £14.99, so it isn't exactly the cheapest thing on earth. But I think that if you fly into Mallorca a lot, if that's part of your what you like to do, then this is probably a great add-on for you, because I mean, just look at that. That looks brilliantly good. It really does. There is a little bit of Z-axis fighting, and I don't know whether that's Microsoft Flight Simulator or this product itself. Maybe if someone does purchase this product, if you could tell me what that is. Also, I'm fairly sure that isn't the light I switched on, but whatever. That's inoperative. Great. That's inoperative. That's inoperative. Okay. Never mind. But we are almost there, so I'm going to see what happens if I try and jump onto 62 on this. How does it tell me what I have? And that is where I'm going to end this video. It's really well done. This is a very well done airport, and as I said, if you're someone who flies into Palma de Mallorca either in real life or wants to do it in the sim quite often, then I would say that this is really perfect for you. Flaps can come up. Come on. Turn. Ground handling in Flight Simulator is bad. Turn. There we go. Keep turning. That's it. Okay. Right. Is it telling me anything yet? No. I think you have to activate it, and I have no idea how to activate it. So that's that. But it does work. I have seen, if you go online you will see pictures of this in action. But I really have no idea how to switch it on at this point. I wonder if it's a button in here, or if you set the destination to be a specific gate, will it then light up? That might be a thing. That very well might be what it is, but I unfortunately do not know at this point in time. So, oh well, it was worth a try. Worth me. Whoa. Is that not parking? Yeah, parking brake set. There we go. Gosh, it's just stepping itself forward. Like, what are you doing? I mean, to be fair, I wasn't too far off the centre line on that. If I just turned it in a little bit more, I would have been okay. But still, having that visual docking guidance is pretty nifty. So with that, I am going to end this video. Do I recommend this product? I think that if you are Where am I? There I am. I think that if you fly into this airport a fair amount, if you like doing the hops to Palma de Mallorca, then without a doubt, this is very much worth your purchase. I really do think that this is very much worth a purchase. For £14.99, if you're going to make good use of it, I think that you should definitely look into investing in this. It's very high quality, highly detailed. There are little things perhaps that need to be worked on. As I said, we had the missing textures on the aircraft, and also, I mean, we've got a light here with no street lamps. So maybe move the street lamps up here and get that to diffuse properly. That would be perhaps a good thing to look into. But aside from that, for the most part, that it's really, really good. And for £14.99, not too shabby at all. Very high quality textures as well, as you can see, all the way around. So that is also really nice to see. And I mean, well, there you go. That just tells you right there, just looking at that, how nice that all looks. And we have a fire engine wandering around, and it's a correct fire engine too. Very nice. I'm not sure why it's wandering around, but with its lights on as well, like so. But it is a correct fire engine. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on flight simulators. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. If you do pick up this product, please do let me know what your thoughts are on it. Now that is a correct pattern for an ILS approach. There we go. The lights are now what they should be. 3, 2, 1 with the bars. I knew they looked wrong. That is much more like it. And then we have the bars going down the runway as well, as it should be. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Microsoft Flight Simulator. As I said, if you do pick up this product, I would like to hear your thoughts and opinions. Do you think it's worth the price? Any improvements that you think that the product could require, please do let Just Flight know. They do listen. Sometimes they read comments in my videos as well, so you could leave a comment there. They might read the occasional comment there. I think it's been really well done. There's just a bit of Z-axis fighting that needs to be looked into, and perhaps a little bit on the level of detail. You could just see how it pops in and out. For example, the lighting just there. You just focus there. Just a bit of work needed on that. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your supports would be massively appreciated. It would really, really help me out. We didn't have a look at this, did we? And also, you can find me on social media at ecgadgetlp for both Twitter and Instagram. I really like the fact that all these interiors are modelled. That in and of itself is really really cool. So for me, this gets a thumbs up, just because it just suits it. You fly in here, you fly up to you bring yourself up to a gate, you park, and hey look, there's an interior. All they need is people walking in and around that interior, and that would be complete. That's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, where are you? I can see you. There you are. Where are you going? I want to follow it. So I'm getting distracted here. Thank you very much for watching once again. That's probably the third time I've said that. And I'll see you next time in Microsoft Flight Simulator or X-Plane 11. Where, I don't know, maybe I'll be reviewing something else. Maybe I'll just be flying. I mean, if I can come up with if I can find a decent aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator jetliner, maybe I'll do a flight from, I don't know, London Heathrow to Palma de Mallorca at some point. That would be pretty cool. And we can get to see this in all its glory from a pilot perspective. I'll see you next time.